Hey guys, welcome to Draw My Story. And today we're drawing the story of Aka Manto. That's right, one of the very famous Japanese urban legends about whom a lot of scary stories are written and heard. I'm pretty sure you guys must have heard about him. He's got many names like RedCape, Red Vest, and sometimes also known as Aka Manto in Japanese. He wears a red cloak and hides his face in a white mask. It's said that he's an attractive young man who's hidden in the mask. In fact, manto means cloak in Japanese. Aka Manto is said to be found in bathroom stalls in Japan, specifically in the last bathroom stall of school toilets. He scares and tortures people by asking them this question: red or blue paper? And what happens to the people who reply? Want to know? Let's get into the video. There are many variations of stories about Aka Manto, and he's a very old Japanese urban legend. And his story started getting circulated from the early 1930s, when many of the urban legend folklore started developing. But we'll go with the most acceptable stories. Long ago, Aka Manto was a handsome young gentleman. He was so beautiful that every time he stepped out, he was ogled by the girls. It was being said that girls would faint looking at his beauty. The attention he got from the females was so overwhelming that Aka decided to wear a white mask on his face all the time. One day, Manto kidnapped a girl from his neighborhood and disappeared. And he never returned. And no one heard about him or the girl ever after that. Later, in the school toilet blocks of Japan, Aka Manto emerged as the toilet paper ghost. There's one more story where the relevance of school toilet is described, which says Aka Manto was a student once who was tortured in the school, probably by a teacher or some students. The story also suggests that he was followed by his girl admirers everywhere in his school because of his charm. And he decided to hide in the last school bathroom stall, where he was found and killed by the girls probably. Thus, he became a ghost who asks tricky questions to his victims. Whatever the answer may be, there is a punishment, which usually ends up with the plight of the victim. So, what happens when you encounter him? Well, when someone enters the toilet block where Aka Manto is present, they'll hear a voice first, asking the question, red or blue paper? Simultaneously, a red and blue toilet papers will be presented in front of them. Interestingly, Aka will only attack females. If the victim chooses red, then Manto will appear in front of them and cut them to death, making them red. If the victim chooses blue, then they'll be strangled to death, making their faces blue. If the victim tries to answer with a different color, then Manto will drag them to hell forever, with the help of his companion Hanako-san. The only way to escape from him is by not answering anything and running away from the toilet. There is one more version of this story, which is related to his alternate name, RedCape. In that version, Manto asks the same question to his victims, red or blue paper. If the victim answers red, his head will be torn to resemble a red cape. If the answer is blue, he will be drained to death, making him blue. There are many more stories roaming in the internet depicting these incidents as if they're real stories. Japan is rich with folklores filled with ghosts. Most of them are created and circulated to teach young people small lessons of life. Manto is definitely one among them, and a strong story of revenge. He came back as a ghost to take revenge on those who were responsible for his humiliating death. Also, Aka Manto is the only Japanese legend in folklore stories who cannot be outsmarted. So, you better don't try to act smart and run away when he comes. And that was today's story, guys, about Aka Manto. Comment and let me know how'd you like it. And please subscribe to my channel, guys, if you want to see more Draw My Story horror videos like this one. Till then, bye.